say enough about the quality of instruction at Newman. I was torn originally between WSU and Newman, and I didn't have any other prior college experience to compare that to. I did decide on Newman ultimately because of scholarship and sort of the class sizes, and I think as soon as I got here I knew it was the right decision. I love the size of the classes. The largest class I've had here I think was 30 people, and so that gave me a chance to get to know my professors to know me. I was more than a number, and so I think that allowed the professors to personally invest in each student, and it was clear that each instructor really cared about each student's success, not just in their class, but broadly at Newman and even in life after Newman. So that, I think, made a huge difference. And from what I've seen, at least as far as getting into student teaching and being in the workplace, I think Newman has given me a leg up on a lot of other people. Not that I'm any better, but I seem to be more prepared because of the things I've done here at Newman in class, whether that's reading or writing or doing presentations, those kinds of things. It seems like Newman stresses those a lot more. And so as a result, when I go out into the workplace or I go and I'm student teaching right now, any of those environments, it seems to me like the other people aren't quite as prepared, or if nothing else, they're not as comfortable. So I've really appreciated that about Newman. And additionally, they try to go for a well-roundedness. You know, I might be a math major and a secondary ed major, but Newman's also tried to improve my ability to think critically outside of my subject area. Tried to see how they could get me to be a more generically rounded person, better at reading and writing and the things that aren't specific to my major. So, and then that includes even service, you know, not just being smart and not just being advanced in your field, but also being a good person in general. And I think all my professors have strived to help me be that way. So I've appreciated that. And I think we have some really great professors and minds here, and students as well, and sort of that collaboration between student and professor and other faculty members coming in. I think that all works together to create really a great comprehensive educational environment. And I've loved it here. I cannot say enough about Newman. I wish everybody could come to Newman because of the experience I've had. So that's been great. And then specifically when I got into the education program, let's see, I did secondary ed, so I was 3 blocks. So I had 3 semesters, including my student teaching of education classes. And especially this previous semester before student teaching, I took a class with Dr. Dunn on reading skills in all the core content areas. So mine was specifically related to math. And I took Dr. Frazier's field experience class, and I took his specific methods course. And then I took a course with Dr. Sponsel that was math methods for secondary ed. And those 3 courses, I think, prepared me far better than most of what I'd done up to that point. Because prior to that, I was really pretty nervous about student teaching. I thought, okay, I may not be any good at this. Maybe I'm getting myself into the wrong field. Maybe I should just finish that math degree and go that route. But between Dr. Frazier and Dr. Dunn and Dr. Sponsel's attention to detail and constructive criticism, because there was a lot of criticism of you need to improve here, you need to do this, but it was always with my best interest in mind. And it was always, how do we help you become a better teacher so that you can create better students? And so I worked on a lot of things. They encouraged me in my planning, they encouraged me in my grading methods, my ideas about how to run a classroom, things like that. And like I said before, I felt like those things helped me as a Newman student to be better prepared than some of the other student teachers I saw. And actually when I was at East High, all of the math department commented that I was far more prepared and with it than the WSU student that was there with us. And then that might have been a difference of personalities, I don't know, but I felt like Newman had a significant contribution there, and specifically the education faculty we have. I think they're practical. They understand the importance of having ideas to strive for, but they understand also that in the classroom you can't always get everything to work out exactly the way you want. And so recovering from that, you know, how do you change a plan last minute to adapt to a changing environment, whether that's your kids are different than you expected them to be that day, or maybe you're off your game and that lesson just doesn't go the way you want it to. But I think Newman helped me to get ready, and specifically seeing in the methods courses when I had to teach my mini lessons, seeing things not go the way I wanted them to, and all three of those professors were great about, don't get bent out of shape about this, you learn, you reflect, and you move on, and you do better the next time. So we celebrated the little progresses, and we celebrated the small victories, and oh hey, your planning has increased exponentially from the beginning of the semester till now. And so they, each step of the way, were along with you. And I think in the long run, that really helped me to see the practical side of teaching, not getting caught up in the idealistic, everything's going to go perfectly side, and be more realistic with myself, which I think has helped a lot in student teaching. Overall, I feel very prepared for what I'm going to come against. There have been some obstacles in student teaching, difficulties with, on occasion, classroom management, but overall I felt like I was really well prepared, and it was not nearly the nerve-wracking experience I was expecting it to be, and I chalked most of that up to the quality of instruction I had here from my Newman professors, the encouragement I had. Even after I was out of their classes, they were constantly checking in, saying, hey, how are things going? They'd let me stop in their office and talk for 15, 20 minutes and say, I'm struggling here, or this is getting difficult, how do I handle this? And it was always sort of this warm, comforting encouragement that I needed sometimes, and then other times, a little more stern, and you really need to work on this, get this under control. So there's no doubt in my mind I would not be half the teacher or student teacher that I am if it weren't for our educational faculty.